Well, this week actually started off going pretty good. Number one, I've been fasting, and that's been pretty much the only thing that's been consistent. I gained relief from my pes anserine attachment where my range of motion was a little off, and that was causing a lot of pain and discomfort right there in that attachment under my knee. Getting that sorted out, and it's feeling pretty good. Getting back to my walking. But then this morning, I chose a sequence of exercises, one in particular being probably a very poor choice. In fact, it was a very poor choice. Wasn't giving it a whole lot of thought, just figured I want to do a hamstring exercise. I did 10 minutes of glute bridge, which is fine. One of the muscles along with the glutes that gets worked was the piriformis. And I did not know until I researched it today that the piriformis can sometimes put pressure on your sciatic nerve. I don't think that that was really what did it, but I think it kind of added to the effect. Right after that, I did 10 minutes of straight leg toe touches. The idea was that I was just going to use no weight to basically do like straight leg deadlifts, get a good stretch on my hamstrings, while at the same time strengthening them while they're in sort of a lengthened out position. Lo and behold, my lower back did take a little bit of stress. Not the most stress I've ever felt on my lower back, but it was enough to sort of get worked a little bit. I'm still in conditioning phase, and I figured maybe I'll just get some lower back work too. Well, the very next drill that I did, I was going to do 20 minutes of a high knee drill, sort of modified to make a correction on the foot strike when running. And as I bring my knee back down, I was also putting emphasis on engaging my hamstring so that my hamstring can get that sort of neuromuscular training to correct my foot plant. That was the idea. And it was actually going pretty well. But about 5 minutes into it today, I started to get this clicky, numbing jolt into my foot. I figured it's nothing. I did it a few more times, same thing, one more time, and then I was just like, yeah! And I had to stop. I figured right then that I had done something stupid with my sciatic nerve. So far, I still not swimming, still not cycling, regressed from running. I was doing very easy work here in the garage, on the floor. One dumb thing, flare up my sciatic nerve, give me a whole other thing to worry about. Not fun. After I decided to call off my workout, as I was sitting at the computer researching about the sciatic nerve, I could feel it kind of giving me this weird numb feeling throughout my leg. Later on, it sort of got this easing burn feeling, if that makes sense. But I'm not happy about it. I don't think it was necessarily the piriformis from doing the glute exercise, but like I said, I think that kind of added to it. What it's really from is I believe I still have that herniated or bulging disc from doing some dumb things at the gym in the past. So that's something I'm gonna have to keep in mind every single day from now on for the rest of my training life. So right now, the thing I'm focusing on is not making anything worse. Like I said, I got through one problem with my knees, and now I got the problem with my back, which is causing me some leg problems, foot problems with my sciatica. So focusing on some spinal decompression and avoiding any bent over motions for now. The spinal decompression seems to really help, and it's looking like I'm going to be resting still for at least a couple days, as to avoid doing something dumb and accidental to worsen the condition. The only thing that's actually going well for me right now is that I am consistently dropping my weight. It's been about a month since I started, which was September 20th, and I've since lost just 10 pounds. When I started, I was actually weighed 207. I didn't get that shot in my first video, but that's what I was weighing. And since I started fasting just over a week ago, I started to drop the weight a lot faster. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so it's not a complete fast. It's just fasting all the way up until 1 p.m. And what I do is I allow myself a 4-hour window to eat. After 5 o'clock, no more eating. But during that 4-hour window, I have to pay attention to how much am I eating. Yesterday, I literally only ate 1 meal, tikka masala. Really good dish, along with some other supplements and things. Now, this might seem somewhat like cheating for a fast. However, it's not a significant caloric intake. What I do is I have branched chain amino acids, no more than 1 scoop, pour it in my bottle, shake it up, and that actually aims to keep the muscles in sort of an anabolic state. Not that I'm trying to grow any muscle size, but to keep the body from breaking down from the muscle tissue. It actually gives a lot of relief from the fasting without adding any caloric intake, while still allowing your body to just keep on burning fat. So this week has been more frustrating than productive, just trying to recover from my sciatic problem, or rather my bulging disc problem. The only real thing that's been working for me is my fasting. I've been consistently dropping weight doing that. While calling this series to Forge an Ironman, it just feels frustrating not to be doing the type of work that a triathlete ought to be doing to train for those events. However, it is important that I am documenting a lot of the undocumented type things that people don't think about when training for these, or for when somebody sets a goal from wherever they're at in life. There are a whole bunch of directions that somebody can be coming from, and a lot of obstacles that people go through all the time that you never hear about. That's why I feel like it's so important for me to be sort of documenting and recording even the mess ups, all the mishaps and all the things that I wouldn't otherwise prefer to present to anybody. There's got to be a whole bunch of people out there whose dreams and goals have failed for probably less than any problems that I'm having. And I hope that in the future, and I begin to get more viewers looking at my log, that hopefully some of these older videos might be kind of inspiring for somebody else who's going through the same type of problems or any other kind of obstacles. Because let me tell you, the pain from sciatica sucks, but it's not so much the pain about it as much as knowing that, well, if you keep on pushing it like you push everything else in any other kind of training, well, there's a chance of paralysis. But what's really interesting and very inspiring is that there are even people who have paralyzed legs, missing limbs, who are out there doing not just marathons, but full Ironmans. But as far as my log is going, I feel like a lot of my videos for the next few weeks to a couple months will probably be something kind of boring like this. But starting by next month, I'm going to start trying to work on getting new cycling shoes and a bike trainer. And assuming that I don't paralyze myself and that I can recover this week and not hurt myself next week, that I can really start getting on track to some legitimate training. But as they always say, you win or you learn. In this case, I have to really take the warning signs of the dangers of being older than 30 now. These little speed bumps that I've been running into are very crucial to pay attention to. Each time I run into one of these problems, I stop what I'm doing, I go and scour the internet to figure out what possibly could be the problem and what I can do about it. Then do everything that I can to recover, to correct the problem, and work to prevent that problem from happening again. Whether it be through the habits of what I'm doing, or whether it be to strengthen another weakness, to protect that area. I'm going to need all of it in order to start moving forward. I don't want these issues to keep on coming up. I want to really resolve all of this stuff and get myself really in check to start doing some real triathlon training. And my goal is to not have to be dealing with this stuff starting January 1st, but that I've had myself conditioned, new disciplines set in play, my head on straight, and ready to start getting into my groove.